Active transport is a movement of particles across the cell membrane against the concentration gradient.
This means that active transport subjects go from a high concentration to a low concentration. Active transport has to happen through a transport protein. Transport proteins are proteins in the cell membrane that act for the transportation of objects, especially active transport. The proteins are open when a signal detects the molecule that they have to take in. The transport protein opens up and lets the molecule into the cell. This process requires a lot of ATP to happen, much in the same way that hiking up a hill takes more energy than hiking downwards.
Active transport is really useful to take a molecule that can't go through the cell membrane, that can't pass through normal diffusion. Large particles that are needed in high gradients are also passed across the cell membrane through active transport. There are two processes of active transport called endocytosis and exocytosis. However, these are not transport directly against the concentration gradient.
So these are the
transport
proteins
These are the ions that flow
and the molecules that
against the
go
concentration gradient, and the
So
protein
from
has to
here to
open
here,
up.
the protein is letting an ion in, and here it is letting it out. These are a phospholipid layer which contain their hydrophobic and hydrophilic heads and tails.
and so
When energy is used in order to open the protein, when it detects an ion it needs to transport, the protein opens up and it allows the ions to go against the concentration gradient into the cell or out of the cell.
it is the total opposite of facilitated diffusion.
And it would always go from low concentration gradients to high concentration gradients.
No.
What